All the hits lives here.
En it's waar is ons vandag?
Tuesday.
Hey.
Tuesday.
Tuesday the whole 7th of December.
Yes.
Welcome to the morning mix.
Nice to have you guys with us.
And
Moro.
Hey Kaufi, hey Mitch. Thank you so much, and all our listeners and viewers out there. Thanks for joining us this morning. Kaufi?
Yeah, bro.
My broer, dis nou wat hulle sê, the graveyard shift.
It's for the next week or so. Week and a half.
Ek is opgesukkel.
But I think we are all just very tired because of what the president said yesterday.
It made us tiring. Our tired became tired.
Yeah. Did you actually? It was actually a type of a. What do you call it? A reprimanding session. He reprimanded the Namibian nation, each and every citizen. Yes. But we'll leave that to the news.
Of course.
No?
Yeah, but here we go.
Monte News. Monte News. Firm but fair.
This is Informante Live, and these are our top stories. Namibia has reported 18 cases of the Omicron coronavirus variant in the country. This was announced at the 37th COVID-19 briefing by President Hage Geingob on Monday. In addition, the president said unvaccinated people are undermining government's efforts to defeat the deadly virus, and based on the evolving health situation, new measures might be announced on the 15th of December. The Minister of Health and Social Services, Dr. Kalumbi Shangula, says laboratory testing has revealed that the Omicron variant is predominant in the Khomas region, following a peak of infections witnessed in the capital. Dr. Shangula, speaking at the 37th COVID-19 public briefing on Monday, stated that from the 1st to the 5th of December, Namibia recorded 695 new infections. Out of these, 536, or let's say 77.12%, are from Khomas alone. I urge you all to remain calm but vigilant to this invisible enemy, Dr. Shangula warned the city's residents. And finally, the Karasburg community is reeling after the death of 2 learners of the Karasburg Combined School who were recently killed in a car accident in which 4 other learners were seriously injured. Elizabeth Johannes and Kapochi Undari, grade 9 and grade 10 learners, respectively succumbed to their injuries. 2 grade 9 pupils of Kara CS and 2 learners of St. Joseph Primary School were seriously injured. The accident happened approximately 16 kilometers from Ice on the C10 road. Your Trustco share price today, the 7th of December, is at $1.40. Taking a brief look at the financial indicators, the Namibia dollar is trading against the US dollar at 16 Namibia dollars and 10 cents, against the euro at 18 Namibia dollars and 20 cents, and against the British pound at 21 Namibia dollars and 30 cents. This is Informante Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informante.web.na.
Monte News. Monte News. Firm but fair.
Good morning, Maria. It's about 3 minutes, then Mitch is leaving the studio again.
Yeah. And why are you late?
Mary always
ask
comes
her.
this time.
I was
don't
talking
know
to
why.
Chris. I was talking to
Ned,
He
we'll
just
talk
arrived.
about what?
Hy is nie op besigheid nie.
Los toch.
Hy soek 'n promotion.
Wat beplan julle?
No, he was in the north for the whole week. So
Yeah, I
this
know.
is the first time I'm seeing him.
Yeah.
Therefore, you must always address the issues like Mary. You must always say, when she says like, ek heb met Chris gepraat, dan moet je say, that's not a fair assessment.
Nee.
Use
It's
words
not a
like
fair
that.
assessment.
Asseblief.
Dit high English. Fair assessment. Jy lyk maar vandag, joh. Het jy goed gekry of wat?
Hy is nie op besigheid.
Ek vra net. Ek
No, I
bedoel kos
I
of
got a
so.
clean bill of health.
well done.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
that's good to hear.
So you do not have the Omicron virus?
I've recovered.
Wow.
I don't have it yet.
Well done.
I don't
That's
have
good.
It, so.
That's good to hear, Tuva.
Yes. No, I don't understand this Omicron stuff. Because how can...
Here we go.
today's Tuesday.
Here we go. Here
On
we go.
Friday, nobody knew. No one in the media knew. I think by Thursday, Friday, nobody knew of any Omicron in Namibia. And then the president speaks on Monday morning, and the health minister, Dr. Kalumbi Shangula, says 695 new infections, and other newspapers say 800 infections. Why is the media not informed?
Yeah, it seems like the media houses have different
Opinions?
sources.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why there's a confusion. I think another statement came out afterwards.
Right.
With figures. So those that were announced in the morning are not the ones in the afternoon.
Okay.
Okay.
So some newspapers went with the afternoon figures. Those that
Right.
were reporting live obviously went with the figures that were shared at State House.
Yes. Yes.
So, hoe lyk die nommers nou in totaal?
Okay,
what's the numbers that you
Okay, in total, obviously, the total cases is 129,796 cases have been registered, 125,531 have recovered, 3,574 deaths up to now. Here's the interesting thing. Our sources say that currently we've got 691 infected cases, active cases.
How many?
691, which obviously, with other reports and other newspapers, it differs. However, daily new cases is 158. So I wonder how we're going to be reporting this in the future. Are we going to report as COVID-19, in other words, coronavirus cases, or are we now going to distinguish between coronavirus, let's say COVID-19, and the Omicron? Are we
Well,
looking
Omicron
at?
is coronavirus, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a variant.
So it'll be interesting to know, let's say,
Like
of
we had
the
the
active
Delta.
cases.
I think they might say 120 coronavirus cases,
Mm-hmm.
of which 20 are Omicron. They might do that.
But we didn't go the same way when we had the Delta.
And I have an issue with that. I do have an issue with that because I was reading a report from scientists in South Africa who are obviously more vested in trying to understand, or more invested in trying to understand this variant. And they're saying that a lot of the patients that they're getting who are like Omicron positive, they're not necessarily displaying symptoms that are concerning.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from fatigue,
Yeah.
apart from maybe an itchy throat here,
The
or there,
normal
it's
flu
more
stuff
just
that we had
the
10 years
normal
ago.
flu stuff.
Yes.
They're not necessarily finding that there is like heavy symptoms that are cause for concern.
Right.
In fact, what they found is the Omicron cases that are hospitalized and those in ICU are not in ICU because of the variant. It's for other
I see.
Okay.
other health issues that might have been aggravated
Yeah.
by the Omicron, but it doesn't necessarily. This is actually the way it's being displayed is like it's a worse variant than the Delta, but a lot of scientists in South Africa are saying, no, hold up, guys, this is not what we are seeing on the ground.
Here comes the thing. After the president's speech yesterday, I mean, none of the restrictions have been put in place. Everything stays as it is. So in other
But
words,
just,
the status quo is as it is. But clearly the direction from the president was made to each and every Namibian citizen, saying, guys, if you socially don't get your act together, by the 15th of December, if these cases look worse, we might put in other restrictions. But we all know that these cases are going up because people are traveling, more testing is being done.
Yeah.
So, will by the 15th of December, don't we have that
Yeah.
disaster package as it is already? We've had it like a month ago
Yeah.
because nobody was traveling, nobody got tested.
Yeah, I don't think that. Well, just to use Shine's word, Shine's came from the press conference. Walks into the office and I say, Shines, so why did he call us? He didn't give us any new regulations. Shine says, no, he gave us a final written warning.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I thought, wow,
Yeah.
that kind of puts it into context.
Right.
So he just called us to warn us. You
Yeah.
guys are on your final written warning.
Yeah.
If you guys continue this by the 15th of December, I'm going to lock up. But
Yes.
to a little bit on what you're saying, I think we're doing ourselves a disservice by simply registering cases as just cases. I think it should be important when somebody comes in to get tested, they should say why they're being tested. Are you getting tested because you need to travel? Are you being tested because you have symptoms? Are you being tested because you have primary contact, for example? And then they should list that reason. And so that if you do come back positive, they know where to slot you. Because it doesn't help me, you're telling me 600 new cases.
Correct.
For example, but like out of the 600, are people sick?
Or
Did people
people
go get
travel?
tested because they were traveling? Or is it because they were worried? Or because they're primary? Like, tell us so that we know how to... And that category is very important. It's important to categorize.
So what we've been noticing, Maria, you're absolutely right, is that the corporate world, the private corporate world, is slowly but surely getting fed up for all of this.
Yes.
And I'm not saying who the organization is, but I'm aware of one particular organization that has come forward and said to their staff members, listen, if you are unvaccinated, we first of all will not pay out your pension monies. We also will not be contributing to your medical aid. And you will not be allowed on the premises. You will work from home with your own resources.
Isn't that illegal? I think that's...
Well, that is the
is.
big question. But I mean,
It is very-
how long must these corporate organizations hold on for? Because all you say, oh, no, I've got the sniffles. I think I must just go and, okay, now I'm positive. Okay, I'll go and sit at home for 14 days. And ultimately, in terms of your work, your KPIs, your end result of that, what it is that you are employed for, doesn't occur. Doesn't happen. Just because you feel that you don't want to get vaccinated for whatever reason.
We had a quick chat about this morning, and it sounds to me as much as I have a lot of differences with people who are not vaccinated.
Yes.
illegal.
That sounds a little bit excessive
But aren't
to me.
if these unvaccinated people get corona, aren't they placing a heavier burden on our medical aids?
Yeah, but the pension, I have a problem with the pension.
Yeah.
When I work, I'm working for my pension, right? Whether I'm vaccinated or not, that is my money.
Yeah.
You don't come in, you don't have the authority or even the jurisdiction as my employer to say, oh, well, we're not going to pay you pension.
Talking
Okay,
about
but that's a pension. Let's talk about the medical aid.
Talking about the medical aid industry.
Yes.
Just a little report here. Blood nose for medical aid funds. The medical aid fund industry in Namibia suffered an overall loss of nearly $140 million in the second quarter of this year, as especially hospital, medicine, and pathology claims surged during the third COVID-19 wave. The industry had to settle overall claims of more than $1.2 billion, the latest report by the Namibia Financial or NAMFISA showed today. Compared to the same 3 months in 2020, this is an increase of nearly $330 million or 38%. So people who were hospitalized because of the coronavirus, whether it's medical aid funds or the insurance industry per se, there's been an upsurge in claims. I mean, I spoke to representatives of the different insurance companies a few weeks ago when I was in Swakopmund with a retreat for insurance. Whether it's us at Trusco, whether it's Sanlam or Old Mutual, etc., etc.
Yeah.
There's been quite an increase in the number of claims that the insurance companies had to deal with.
Here comes the question. myself, as a vaccinated member of a medical aid,
Yeah.
why do I now need to pay more because of those claims? And the medical aid says to me, "Don't worry, we'll just keep the unvaccinated ones on our medical aid." What the
But why
hell?
do you have to pay more?
Look, you've got to
Yeah.
remember, a medical aid is a social scheme. It's a community scheme. Although we are very democratic in our country and we've got choices and what. Once you get to a medical aid fund, it's a communistic, communal kind of scheme where everybody pays in money so that we can help those individuals that are really ill and that need to get the financial backing for their medical expenses. But now, if half of the medical aid members don't get vaccinated, then we'll see claims like that, isn't it? So
Where people are
Right.
hospitalized
Exactly.
in numbers.
in numbers.
Yeah, Jelle.
So, now what happens?
You unvaccinated, unscrupulous elements who are watching the show.
Exactly. And now the corporate organizations are put under financial pressure because of the economic situation and the COVID situation. And the chances that we might get retrenched because the corporate organizations might not be able to keep it all floating, then we ultimately lose our jobs and we won't be able to pay the medical aid anyway.
But Kauvi, the corporates giving all these conditions to the employees, like I'm not gonna pay. You're telling the employee, I'm not gonna pay your pension. You're not gonna
Whatever
get your medical
restrictions
aid.
they put in place.
You're gonna have to work with your own resources or what?
Yes.
And then they expect the same
Outcome. Yes.
It's gonna demotivate this employee.
Mitch, we've been saying
So it's
this-
a lose-lose situation for them.
Mitch, when
they
the
could
f-
just
when the
get
co- when the when the first lockdown came, between the vaxxers and the anti-vaxxers, we were sitting here already almost a year and a half away back, and we said this is going to become a social divide.
Nah. Yeah.
It's already
Yeah.
happening.
And here
in
we
first
are.
world
Comes to the
countries.
boil. Okay, but it's going to trickle down here.
That's what I'm saying. It's already. I don't know. You. Sometimes when we complain, I'm just like, I don't know why you guys are not looking at the first world. Everything that starts there eventually trickles
comes down
here.
to us.
So
Yep.
just like prepare yourself. People are complaining till they're blue in the face. It doesn't
Right.
matter. Unvaccinated people are not allowed to eat in restaurants. They're not allowed to go to malls. They're not allowed to access any services that is not essential. And that's it. You stay at home, right? You stay at home if you're not vaccinated and you can't have the privileges to be in public spaces. That's what the first world countries are doing. It's going to happen eventually once they get enough vaccines for all of us. So to complain about it is like for me it's the most useless thing, because for how long are you going to complain? Eventually it's going to catch up.
Yes.
Ethel Koningsdochter says Maria praat oor haar pension want sy cheap.
I saw that comment, I didn't really understand because he brought in the pension.
Vedika Yere says these companies must just chill. Some people have been paying for years and never claimed a thing.
Yeah.
That is also true.
Exactly.
So the reserve level of any insurance company or fund, and it's a regulation by NAMFISA that I know, you must have a reserve level of at least 30%.
Correct.
What happened to that 30% that you so-called maintained?
Exactly.
The
Which
last
I
20 to 30
which I
years.
contributed to over the last 20 years.
Hello.
And as a vaccinated non-claimer of a medical aid,
Yeah.
which name I won't mention,
Yeah.
when am I getting my benefit? Why am I not getting rebates and discounts on my contributions and stuff like that?
Bradley Kuvisep says, I disagree met hy Duitser
Yeah.
on that sentiments. It's like saying death rates have been rising since COVID pandemic and Old Mutual is complaining about life cover payouts and funeral policy stuff.
Yeah.
It's the business they choose. Medical aid can't see it as a problem.
So Old Mutual is like, mense dood baie ons verloor geld.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they don't see it as a problem. They'll just increase the medical
the premium.
contributions, the premiums. That's all. Don't worry, it's not an issue. You're just going to end up paying
And then
for it.
you are gonna, you that's not dying has to pay a lot.
I'm just saying when this medical aid were. Look, I was on medical aid. There was a time when I was on for over a year and I didn't once claim.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
They didn't complain They didn't complain. Now that they actually have to do what they intended for,
Right.
which is to help people that are on their scheme. Then all of a sudden they have a problem
I
with
used
it.
to work in that industry. It's got a claims to contribution ratio. We need to know the percentages of the claims to contribution
Must
ratios
not irritate you.
across the entire medical aid
Teacher.
fund and companies and individuals.
Teacher, yeah, on that note, I've been on my medical aid fund continuously for the last 8-9 years. My first claim was last year when my daughter had to go and remove her appendix,
Wow.
which cost roughly $7,000-8,000. I've been paying 8-9 years constantly, an amount of roughly $7,000, $8,000 or $9,000 per month. Let me say I'm not vaccinated, okay, and I landed in ICU now.
Yes.
So they're gonna throw me out while
You paid for 9 years.
contributed for no, hey, buena. No, so.
Does he?
Roviera says, I'm fully vaccinated and no, I don't know what's in it. Neither this vaccine, the ones I had as a child, nor in the Big Mac, KFC recipe, hot dogs, or other treatments. Whether it's for cancer, AIDS.
It's a yellow paragraph.
Grrr.
Hey,
When I have a sec man, o sal hier julle ding
Yeah,
is.
near by a
As
lot.
jy reg in jou kop.
Never. Shouldn't they like put in laws like just to like if you're gonna pay for this amount of time and you haven't claimed in this amount of time, we're gonna pay you out something like this.
Good question.
Okay, so my medical aid has got a rollover benefit.
Okay.
All right, so let's say you don't claim and you've got basically money in your rollover benefit. It then rolls over and then you can use it in terms of either additional claims at some stage, or you can even say, okay, I've got enough. This month I don't want to pay my premium. Use the rollover benefit to pay the premium. So there are some initiatives and some incentives, but please remember also the regulator NAMFISA is very staunch and very strict. They don't just somehow allow the medical aids to do whatever it is that they want to do. They get highly regulated because it's our money to begin with.
It's not your money if you don't use it. That's the
I
thing
know.
with the medical aid.
Your medical aid will roll over.
It's not like they give you like like some of my car insurance. If I don't claim within a 3-year
Yeah.
period, I get like a 15% back. I get something back.
You've got to remember something, Maria. A medical aid premium is what we call a grudge purchase. You kind of have to pay it, but you don't really want to.
Yeah.
Rather
And then
need
you know
it,
how
have
quick,
it, then need it,
and you know how
then
quick
need
you
it,
get
then
in trouble if you have got a medical condition and you don't have a medical aid. It's like this.
Yeah.
You know.
Very true.
Shall we look at the weather quickly?
Let's quickly
Are you going on pension?
I am.
You are the youngest person that I see that has ever gone on
hate that
pension.
you're exposing me, like, unbeknownst to people. Like, I'm turning 60 soon.
Ah, come on.
You age very well.
I do.
Oil
I
of-
do. Black
oil-
don't crack.
Oil of Olay.
Oil of Olay. Is that still in the market?
I think so. My mom
Yeah.
always used to use it.
Sorry, before you do the weather, there are obviously some comments that are still coming in. And just the Vedikayere says, these medical aids and insurance companies are milking us, guys. I have... Ai, hier, die
No
ding het nog
sympathy
gespring. Waar het hierdie ding nog gespring?
She says, I have no sympathy
I have
for
no-
them.
yeah.
Those guys are just registered tsotsies.
Registered Tsotsis.
Registered
nice way to put
Tsotsis.
it.
I love that term.
Mix, Mitch, can you fix your mic? Apparently, we want to see Maria. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you want to see the spread of powers?
Is it cool now?
Is it done where it's so boring?
Yeah.
Bradley says, I disagree with Kaufi on that.
We wrote,
Bradley.
we
Oh,
read that.
sorry.
We read that.
Oh yes, Tishon says, Maria, yesterday you said that churches aren't registered as businesses, but my sources confirmed that they have to be section under 21. Thank you for saying that. Section 21 is a non-profit organization. All right. So of course, when you go to BIPA, you only have you have PTY, you have your CCs, whatever. Then there is section 21, which is your non-profit organization, meaning you don't have to pay taxes and you don't have to declare profits. That is where the churches fall in. That's where all these NGOs also fall in. That's why I'm saying it's not run like a business where you have to make profits and
Yes.
so forth, but you can conduct business. That's what
Right.
I said yesterday.
But don't
So they're
forget those.
registered as businesses.
As Section
but just-
21.
Okay.
Yes.
But NGOs also, well, Section 21, they've also got expenses.
Yes, exactly. Yes, Section 21 is a non-profit
Yeah.
organization.
So you've got to kind of run the business that it doesn't show a that it doesn't show a profit.
You don't have to
Yes.
declare
You
what
don't-
goes on in your balance sheet.
Well, you have
Hey.
to. You
Oh.
kind of have to show that you're not making a profit.
But
Yeah.
Section
Otherwise, then
21s
you
need to be
yes.
audited.
Yes, they have
Yeah.
to. They have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, tit for tat, let's look at the weather. The forecast for today, interior sunny and warm to hot in the south, elsewhere partly cloudy and hot with isolated to scattered thunder showers in the northeast. The coast today, partly cloudy and mild to warm with a few showers over the central coastal areas. That is quite interesting. So Swakopmund and Walvis Bay, Henties Bay, you might get some rain. Then the wind moderate to fresh northwesterly to southwesterly. The maximum temperatures for today in Windhoek 31, going over to the coast, Walvis Bay 23 with Swakopmund at 20. The Zambezi region, Katima Mulilo 29, going over to Umuthia 36 and Ondangwa also 36. Then coming to the central parts of Namibia in Otjiwarongo 33 and Rehoboth 32, with Mariental today at 37, Keetmanshoop at 32, and then the east of the country in Gobabis today 36 degrees Celsius. And that's your weather.
Ek wil net sê, in conclusion on this COVID topic, since you rightfully say what Shine said, that we are on our final written warning. Okay? Let's just think what Namibians will do now, knowing that the president will probably give his next update on the 15th of December.
Yes.
My last
My, yeah, that's your
Your
last.
pension day.
Yeah, I have. I'm
Don't get
thinking.
tested.
I'm thinking. In fact, nobody will go and get tested.
Yeah,
now.
don't go.
People will not get tested unless they feel really sick.
They
Why?
have to get tested. Those that want to travel, they don't have a choice.
Yeah, sure, the
that's,
travelers.
but that's the issue. The other issue is that there are probably people who think, if I'm going to travel now, okay, like yourself, maybe there are people who have a little bit of luxury to delay their traveling plans after the 15th, where people probably think, I'm just going to extend my traveling date. I don't want to get tested now. I'm going to get tested after the 15th of December.
Nobody's going to do that. Can I tell you why?
Uh-huh.
Because if you wait till the 15th, you risk the president locking you in. People don't want to be. If people that want to travel don't want to be locked up.
But that's why I'm saying.
Like for example, me.
Yeah.
I will travel on the 15th before his statement.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
But
And even if he talks on the 15th, you
then your how you play it would work. Then you need to make sure that that window
yes.
of getting tested and making sure that you travel on the 15th is so carefully planned
And managed.
that the president don't lock you out by the 16th of December.
And we've seen it if you look at previous statements briefings, when he says, starting midnight tomorrow, commerce lockdown, what happens? You see traffic flow. It's what people do, like at the 11th hour. So I don't think people will say, you know what, let's just delay our holiday. Let's wait till the 15th. Let's see what the president's going to say.
But that's for you guys who are traveling outside the country.
Never, Maria, let me just get it right. Like when you say travel, like when you say it, you mean going abroad.
Yes,
what
going
other
abroad.
traveling is there?
Right? Here, like domestic, like from here to
That
Keetmans.
is just getting into a car and driving.
Yeah.
That's not
Now I
traveling.
just wanted
That's not traveling
Yeah.
to me.
the viewers to know
Guys, please
Maria is talking
respect me.
about
If I get in
levels.
a car and I
Yeah.
go to Swakopmund, I've taken a car and I've gone to Swakopmund. I've not traveled.
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
So
To
let's just
Swakopmund.
get
You're
that clear.
commuting.
Yeah.
I've
So
commuted.
ons wat hierso bly.
Yeah.
Let us not get tested asseblief.
That's
But
the
when you
thing.
get, no, but people, that's what I'm saying. I'm
That's the thing.
Yeah, we
Here's
don't
the
need.
thing. Here's the thing. I don't know why you would misunderstand me, because I'm saying people are getting tested to get travel. You don't need to get tested to go to Swakopmund.
We understand
Yeah,
that.
so it's
No.
the people that are getting tested and
Yes.
the people that need to travel out.
Yes.
May Mensa.
Yeah.
Oh,
talking about
Lani,
levels.
Lani.
So I just wanted the viewers,
Yeah.
like Ro Vieira, them to know it's not for
Rob
them.
knows.
Yeah, it's not for
You
them.
don't need Roviera knows you don't need a test to go to soccer mode.
I know. Roviera doesn't know.
Just say you didn't know.
You see, that's why I wanted you to explain it.
Roy even
Because
answered
our way.
here, Roy even said here, testing is only needed if you are traveling out of the country. So
Yeah.
trust me, Ro knows.
Okay.
Change
So-
travel plans and travel within the country. No test needed.
That's what's
There,
up.
that's in the
And what did he
Pacific.
say? Travel with in the country.
Yeah.
Yellow
Yeah,
ones.
Musimji. Simji.
Yellow.
It's still travel.
Guess what I'm going to do now?
You what?
I'm going to travel out of the studio now to my desk. Yes.
No shop coffee. All I'm just saying is that, if I have no need to get tested at the moment because I don't feel sick, I don't feel fluish, I feel nothing.
And you
Okay,
are not traveling.
and I'm not traveling outside the country. Okay,
You are not driving
Yeah.
abroad.
Kasupi, Korte, yeah. Kasupi says a new life insurance requires to know your health status, know its vaccination too, have become a requirement. It's a choice, but remember it comes with consequences. Like you will not allowed in here.
Is she in Germany? No. No, that's not her.
Kasupi, no.
Yeah, there's no me to we know. It's levels.
Am I?
Am I? Yeah, it's levels,
levels. It's
Take your card,
level
you have a passport.
Me, I will have my passport to travel to Getmans.
to get months.
Yeah. your
Anyway,
passport.
where you gonna be?
I'm gonna be in the south, man. I'm
Are
gonna be in the south and the north.
Oh, okay. Alfredo Ramapangan says, "Coffee, get tested before you leave the studio." Yeah. So you have to get tested next week.
Yeah, I'll have to get tested before I travel.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I need to just make sure I'm okay. Oh my God.
But how do you feel? You
I
feel okay?
I feel okay. I think, in all fairness, I kind of understand. I really do understand why they are urging us to get tested, right? So let me just give a bit of context. My friend, who is fully vaccinated, I don't know if I should even say fully vaccinated because people are getting booster shots, so you can never really now be fully vaccinated, right? But he's got this 2 dose, so he's fully vaccinated. He got tested, not because he had symptoms, but because his work required him to. He needed to go and interview an ambassador, and for this certain embassy, they required that you produce a negative for you to have access to their ambassador.
Uh-huh.
So this is a regulation. He works in media, and
Are we there now?
well, yes, we
Huh?
we already know that. So if you're going to interview, like he works for NBC. So for example, if you're going to interview an ambassador,
The Spanish
well, in this case, it
ambassador.
was actually the Chinese ambassador.
Oh.
But there are a lot of, there are a lot of ambassadors that require you to, if you're going to come into contact with them for interview purposes, for work purposes that everybody around them have. Obviously, they're trying to protect the ambassador. So him and a group of people that were supposed to go and interview the ambassador had to go get tested, and his came back positive. Obviously, me and a group of other friends were in contact with him for duration of days. So we became primary contact. But because, actually, this is what I found out, because we were all fully vaccinated, the new regulations did not require us to avail ourselves for testing. But if we had symptoms that we were required to then present ourselves for testing, like if we, and when I say we were all in close proximity, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, it's almost like there was no way that we could have escaped it. So over the first few days, I was obviously checking that I don't, checking how and then I have, at home I have the tests, the home tests. So I've been doing them a duration of every 2 days. So there was also a time over the weekend I had a cough or whatever, tried not to go out just in case I am positive. But I've been testing negative, so now finally I've also tested negative. My other 3 friends that are also his friends, they actually, when we did the home tests, all 3 of them tested positive. But they had no symptoms. So my friend now yesterday got his also negative test. He's fine now, and the other two, like, they're still waiting in isolation. But the point is, none of this group of us, like, none of us had symptoms, not a single one, apart from maybe a small flu, and like, it was nothing intense. And like, at least in that group, 3 other people did test positive. So and we were all vaccinated. So I like to think, I really do like to genuinely think that's largely due to the fact that we're vaccinated. So guys, like, it might not seem like it, but it actually does help.
Estomich says they should give households the rapid test. Here they started that long time. Students need to get tested because the COVID numbers are rising. One shouldn't test themselves if they have no symptoms or not close contact with someone with COVID. If there's one thing that I don't appreciate, when I had COVID in June, you know what was the first thing Mevrouw asked me? Because I've been in contact with all of them at home, but I was the only one
We tested positive.
who tested positive. The first question Mevrouw asked me is, waar was jy?
Yeah, waar was het?
Waar was jy? That you are the only one who tested positive in this house.
Ja,
Yeah.
antwoord.
I think it's nonsense. Yeah. Ek sal nie so geïnterrogeerd word nie. Yeah. Teshon says, Maria Aziz, stay out of family. Yeah. Teshon says you must leave the Q7 keys and the canteen bill with Monique. He'll come to get it.
Wishful thinking.
Neville,
Yes.
Can the president decide, like, okay, 15th,
The 15th.
the 15th, if all of you are not vaccinated, I'm locking all of you down, curfews coming down to 5 o'clock, no bars open, no what.
Of course he can't.
Nah, he won't.
Not only won't he can't.
No.
He can't because we don't have enough. You need to remember that first and foremost, we don't have enough vaccines for the whole nation. We don't have enough vaccines. So even if you tell everybody, like, everybody must go get vaccine, with what vaccines? If everybody took it upon themselves to get vaccine, we still wouldn't have enough vaccines.
What?
So now that we are always telling people to go get vaccinated, and if he's gonna lock us down, and the people are like, but it's not our fault, there were no vaccines.
People can't say there's no vaccine when there are vaccines.
You just said there's no enough.
No, if everybody went, but not everybody's going. So now, even if 100 people went today, there's still enough vaccination. By the way, last week they had to destroy vaccines because they expired.
Saw it last week.
So this is what happens because people are not getting, at the rate that people are getting vaccinated, we had to destroy vaccines that expired. So again, I'm saying, if he made it mandatory to get vaccinated, and everybody went, we wouldn't have enough. But we know it's not mandatory. People are supposed, and at the rate that people are going, we have enough vaccinations. I mean, we have enough vaccines, but at the rate that people are going, it's just not significant. It's not enough because people are going very slowly. We're not even seeing queues. So we do have enough vaccinations for people that want to get vaccinated now, or if people are getting vaccinated now. But if the whole country went to go get vaccinated, we don't have enough vaccines. But they can order more. If people can just start going, the government can order more.
So is it safe to say, like, if the president actually comes through and says, okay, the people that are going to go under lockdown and going to be restricted from certain activities is people that are not vaccinated?
He also won't do that because majority of the people that are not, you see, for example, Germany has like a 68% or 70% vaccination rate. So when they say if you're not vaccinated, you can't go into public spaces, they're talking about a 30% of the population, meaning a majority of the population are vaccinated. So the economy can still run. Here, it's like the opposite. Like less than 20% vaccinated and overwhelming majority 80+% not vaccinated. How are you going to lock down 80% and allow access to 20%? Your economy is not going to run.
Are there still people on the stream who are not vaccinated.
Tayshawn is one of them.
Tayshawn, you're not vaccinated. What is the particular reason, Tayshawn, that you are not vaccinated? Is it for religious reasons? Is it why? I still, it's very interesting to me to have an understanding is why people are still not getting vaccinated, because Tayshawn, you, like we said a little bit earlier, you can clearly but I mean, let's use him deliberately as an example, because you can clearly see that the unvaccinated are slowly pushed in the little corner of society, and it's coming, like we said earlier. How are you guys going to deal with this issue? That's just my question. How are you going to deal with this issue? The government is not God. Mitch, the president cannot do what you asked because the government is not God. That is what Diemchin Sizzle says. Estomich says, right now my 12-year-old are testing themselves every Tuesday until the whole rapid test is finished, due to students at their school who got COVID. Eventually the lockdown will come here. Hopefully not this weekend. My girls and I have a Christmas bash this weekend. So, it just seems like in Europe, lockdowns might become inevitable as the cases are rising.
Yeah, they're more locking down. They're looking at locking down people that are not vaccinated, not necessarily everybody, because it's like one of those things about why should we punish the people that have done their
part.
their duty or done their part, their national duty to get vaccinated.
Interesting. Guys, I'm telling you, last night I had the opportunity to watch the biography movie of Richard Williams, the father of Serena and Venus Williams.
How did Will Smith do in that role?
He did very well.
Yeah.
The movie is named King Richard. And I would really urge everybody out there, if you are a parent, to watch that movie. And I would like to ask you guys the following question.
Sorry, where did you watch it? Just plug people. Is it Netflix? Is it on
Moenie Frani. Don't ask such questions.
Bootleg.
Hallo. Moenie sulke goed vra hierso nie. Facebook, cut. Cut that question.
I just saw a poster or something like that.
Is
Somebody posted it. I think I saw it this morning.
Yeah.
I would like to watch it.
Yeah, but it was, I have to say, you know what, if you are a parent, and I know not a lot of us are probably doing it out there, but you need to have a game plan with your children.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's, how meticulously he planned the lives of his daughters is just mind-boggling, to be honest. And I don't know, and it's a question I would, that I did ask myself last night. How much planning do we do in life about our lives?
I had another question for you. I was like watching it. I know you also have a daughter who plays tennis. Did you look at it and think like that you didn't do enough for Ayanda? Did that thought ever cross your mind, or that maybe you should have been more vested, or do you still maintain like perhaps that you've done the best to your ability?
Up until now, Tuva, I would say I've done my best.
Okay.
I've emotionally, what I've invested emotionally in my daughter,
And
financially,
physically,
everything, and with her abilities up until now. Obviously, this year because of injuries, we obviously can't do what we supposed to be doing. But it is, whether it's tennis, whether it's whatever it is that your children are doing, whatever it is that you are doing for yourself, life takes so much planning.
Yeah.
I really had to do a little bit of self-reflection last night in looking at my own life. How much planning? Yes, I'm 50, but hopefully God will give me another 30 years on this earth.
Yeah.
How much planning have I done for the next 30 years? Ha! That's a question. Are we
YOLO.
living? Are we living day by
Yellow.
day?
We're here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm
You
saying?
only live once. You live.
YOLO, 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 YOLO.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. How much planning do we do?
Like, if you're in your 20s, do you got a plan for your 60s, your retirement, and everything? Like, is that enough? Like 20s to plan for your retirement already?
I don't
Is
think
that enough?
I mean, I look at the lives of my 20 plus year old sons at the moment, and it's something that I've experienced in my life also. Your 20s are difficult.
Very.
It's difficult because you don't know what job, what girlfriend, what career, what. It's difficult. A lot of 20-year-olds during that specific time span, very much feet of clay. I think you reach your stability probably in your 30s.
There's an element of me like where I'm hopeful that my kids will be a little bit like my partner in the sense of how they live their 20s. It's exactly what Gary Bailey was saying here. He said, oh, well, when you asked about your football friends, and he was saying, leave the partying, leave the girls, leave the, when you're in your prime, you do what you need to do. You can do, like, he was giving an example of Ronaldo. He's like, he can do the partying later. Ronaldo is there to make money and to up his career and be the best footballer he can be. And then when he retires, then he can do the other stuff that he might feel like he's missed out on, right? And I think that's where, like, as much as yes, we tell people, oh, but you're 20, live life, whatever. I would like it, right? I don't know if I'll have such kids, but if there will be those type of kids, but I would really like kids that are focused on certain elements or aspect where they shine, and just focus on that, like, craft, in their 20s, because I've realized, like, your 30s, how you live your 30s, how you enter your 30s is a reflection of your
20s. Yeah.
If you were messing about in your 20s and you were not focused and you thought things are going to happen for you and there was no passion and you were about the boozing and the drinking and the girls and the boys and the whatever, you're going to struggle in your 30s. You're really going to struggle in your 30s. So I would like, maybe not prepare for in your 20s. I don't think like prepared for you for like 40 or 50 years
60s,
time.
yeah.
But definitely, I think if you have a passion and you have a talent and you have a craft, I definitely think like in your 20s when you can really, work on it and really elevate, and so that when you get to your 30s, you can say, okay, you know what? Now I can enjoy myself.
Chinese kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they start planning in their 10s, like as a 5 year, as a plan for as a 50s.
I mean, when I started taking up bodybuilding when I was 16, bodybuilding gave me a sense of discipline that is unprecedented.
That's the word I was looking for, discipline. Thank
Discipline.
you. Yeah.
I remember for years as a teenager, I mean, clubs, alcohol, all the stuff was just never my thing. And I remember that took me to my 20s. I was still competitive in my 20s in competitive bodybuilding. It was one of the biggest achievements for me when I received my national colors in bodybuilding. And that's sort of like you do say, that level of discipline of being in the gym every day, eating the right stuff, sleeping at the correct hours, etc., sort of helped me to shape my professional life. Very difficult for creative and artistic people to have that level of discipline, but bodybuilding helped me with the discipline that you do speak about,
Yeah.
with that basically helped me through my 30s. And it's like you say, for you guys out there, and I hear somebody here in their 20s, yeah, Dante Ilovu says, it is true, we are suffering here in our 20s. What are you guys doing in your 20s? I've been at Maria, I've been at the Catch Friday night. Not at the Catch itself, but
yeah,
my function,
pass.
my event was on the third floor of the Namfisa building.
Yeah.
So I had to walk through the Catch to take the lift up to the third floor.
Yeah.
The levels of booze
The youth.
in wat noem julle hierdie goed? Hierdie
Hashish.
Hubbly.
Hubbly
Oh,
bubbly,
sorry.
the stuff that the 20-year-olds are doing there.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't know how much discipline you can have if you're going to be doing that every Wednesday, every Friday, every Saturday night. Mitch?
My personal view is, as parents, like shaping your kids and giving them a direction while they're still young is very important. To also instill discipline in your kid. Like I know, like Chinese parents, they will check probably what their kid is good at. That's just like me, what I see from them, what they're good at. Oh, he has an interest in a piano. They will shape him. They will give him strict rules, like from this hour to this hour you are gonna do this, and then you're gonna find this dude already being 10 years old, being what do they call a pianist?
Yeah,
Master pianist,
accomplished
or whatever.
pianist.
There is a story that I've seen on YouTube. I've checked it out on YouTube. So this father actually killed his son. It's a Chinese father because he got 80% in a test.
Okay, that's just nonsense.
Yeah,
Yeah, Baba
this
Pastor
is just
and
they.
Story.
No, I'm just saying these people are really so strict on where they want their kids to be. Like, yo, what type of parent just decide so you 80% gekry? For me, 50 would have even been fine. Like, oh, cool, you made it.
So what you're saying is the level of
We should kill
discipline.
them.
Discipline what they want their kids to be. Like, they give them a certain, like,
Okay.
they just like, oh, you will be a mathematician, my guy.
Okay, but please
That's
don't
it.
kill your kids out there.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Just don't kill your
it's-
kids out there.
It's not as a seriousness for me as like, I mean, so like, ooh.
Tangeni with the capital, Asia Maria, more examples. Job Amupanda, Peter Shalulile, Gaza, Quentin van Rooyen. True.
It's true. Yeah.
Um,
I think look at all the successful people in our society. Look at Christine Boma. Look at Beatrice Masilingi. These are 17, 18-year-olds, right? Are they they're 18, they're the prime, right? They can enter clubs if they wanted to, right?
But they don't want
But they're not. Those kids are working on their craft. Those kids are using their spare time to elevate, to become better runners, to elevate and like I said, you know they're gonna be in their prime in their 20s. But there's a cutoff stage, and I mean with athletics you can get an injury and so forth. But those kids, by the time they hit their 30s, hopefully they would have made enough money in athletics, they would have invested properly, that then they can enjoy their life. So that if they want to now do the clubbing and the whatever, they can still do that. But they concentrate on their craft. And all those examples you gave, perfect example, Tangeni.
Okay, but wait, do you guys think Christine, them are not in clubs or drinking? You guys really believe that?
No, I do believe it.
Seriously?
They're
I
not.
believe it.
Okay, why do you say that?
Because you know what, I've been an athlete myself. I've been passionate about sport myself, and I've been speaking to these kids on a regular basis. What these kids want, all they said to me, I think the last time I met them was probably about a month ago, and they said, you know what, uncle, we just want to get away from athletics just for a few days. We just want to go and see our family, etc.
Go to Swakop
Go to Swakop and go and chill or whatever. But there are teenagers who don't like alcohol.
Yeah.
There are
They are.
normal ones who can have a good time
Without it.
without the hubbly bubbly.
Can I say why I know they're not?
Yeah, you can say. You can say.
because I've had the conversation with Christine about how she functions in public spaces,
Mm.
and she says she avoids it. She even going to Grove Mall, she has to call the owners to get security for her, because when she's in the mall, there is literally everybody on her. So she's not necessarily, because of her fame, in a position to just want to go clubbing and whatever. But also, when you speak to Christine, you can see that person, that is a real athlete. And if you know a real athlete, they're not focused on booze and partying. They're focused on training and getting their mind right. And she's a real athlete. Definition. Pure.
Diam Chim
Okay,
Shizzle
I
says,
will-
kom ek lees gou 'n paar comments julle en ja, want ek word begin vloek hierso. Ja, Diam Chim Shizzle says, Neville, there by the catch, it's balanced people in the 20s and 30s, and it's mostly those in the 30s and the rich kids that have buying power. But also true, you guys are hanging there,
I
so
don't
you
go
would
there,
know.
so I wouldn't.
Alfredo Ramapankan, Chinese father killed his kid for getting 80%. Bruh, some of us regular 50% students would have killed for 80% in high school tests. Ja, Vanessa Goibe, I lost toch vir Mitch asseblief.
As if Vanessa.
Ja, Tyshon says, Neville, as jy my iets vra, dan moet jy my response kyk, moenie dala nie. Sorry man, Gazi, wat was jou response? Sorry, ek het regtig jou response gesien nie. I'm scrolling back. Vedika Yere says, I am not vaccinated due to a medical condition. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but we are working on getting me to a state that my body can handle the vaccine. Neville, die man het leverprobleem.
Wat is schon wat liver probleem het.
Het jy Okay, as jy leverprobleme het, ja, gaan. Ja, that is it's your own fault that you have liver problems. Ja, Ro, yeah, I did not do sports today because there were no sports last night. Yeah, that's my answer. Estomish says sport and alcohol doesn't go well together. Few people can get away with it. McGregor is party, so is Bolt. They party but delivers when needed. There are athletes who drink but few. Estomish rightfully saying McGregor, as much as he's drinking, his career is really coming off the boil at the moment, because when he's drunk, he gets into public scuffles, which hurts his brand at the moment. How do you go and beat up an old man in a bar and you're an MMA fighter? Nonsense. Dim Shizzle says, but guys, also don't get it twisted. Some people don't go to clubs but party at their
home.
houses.
Yeah.
Also true. And funny thing about money is that you might not be a drinker, but there's still that one thing you waste your money on.
I think when I just want to make a distinction. When I talk about clubbing, I'm not necessarily talking about, because I don't even think it's a problem to occasionally go clubbing. I used to enjoy clubbing as well. It's not that. I think the point I'm trying to make is how if you're going to consume yourself with the wrong things like partying, right, which is a lot of alcohol consumption, drug use, and all these other things. You're not going to elevate to the level that you want. And I mean, there is also like these things that I'm talking about, like alcohol consumption and stuff, they're also linked to mental health issues. You find yourself depressed, you're not getting out, you don't understand why your life is not going okay. Yes, and then you drink some more to forget some of your problems, and you create more problems for yourself. All I'm saying is successful people in life, like look at our just society, just look at all the people that you really think are successful today, right? If you go look at, like you gave good examples, like your Quinton Van Rooyens, you look at your Job Amupanda, you look at all these people, right? Go look at how they lived their 20s. Just go look at how they lived their 20s. Quinton will tell you in his 20s, whatever, they were selling policy, going door to door, trying to sell policies, you know? Job was in debate. He was trying to elevate his education. He was demonstrating, marching for land rights and whatever. I'm just saying, like, you need to be disciplined, and you need to craft something, like find something that you're passionate about and craft it, and not focus on. It's a chill fun. It's a wat drink ons vandag. It's a was. As we are going.
As we are going.
We are within.
We are within. Mitch, I need to ask you the question because we've discussed this over the years on our show. I'm an occasional drinker. I would drink a bottle of wine like over a time period of 3 days. I would say on a Friday night, if I come home, I'll drink maybe 2 glasses of wine. Tomorrow, I'll drink another one. And on Sunday, I'll drink another 2. So maybe 3-4 days, that's when that's my quota. If I would drink something stronger, I would drink a gin and tonic. But if a 750 gin and tonic bottle normally lasts me 2-3 weeks, that's what I normally do. Honestly speaking, how much do you drink on a weekend or in a 7-day period?
Depends.
Honestly.
Honestly.
Yeah,
Depends.
you see geheime hierso nie.
No,
Yeah.
geen geheim.
Yeah.
Depends what period in my life you are asking me this question about.
Now.
On
Like
average,
now, no,
on
no.
average.
Now I will drink 2 or 3 beers. I'm cool with that.
2 or 3 beers
Yeah.
per week or per day.
Are we saying per day? Per day 2 or 3 beers.
Ne?
I'm cool with
But you're doing that every day.
Not like every day. I drink in the weekends,
Ne?
like Friday, Saturday, probably Sunday.
As you said 2-3 beers, are you talking about blikkies or are you talking about
The
750?
grootest.
Oh, grootes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Why would I be playing with my life like that?
Ne?
Drinking-
Nee, kyk, there are
Drinking
people.
cans, like drinking
Yeah.
cans is dangerous. Don't play with your life like that. The groot man beers.
Tayshawn is asking, Neville, how big is your wine bottle or your glass? Because my 2 glasses finished. Well, then you have very big glasses, Tayshawn.
Dion says,
Never. Okay. I'll ask you.
so are we saying that those that like to party week in and week out are not focused? Yes, actually that is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah,
That's exactly
yeah.
what we're saying.
Regit.
Week in, week
Regit.
out. Where are you focused?
Yeah,
What is
regit.
the focus? What is the focus is alcohol and partying.
Yeah.
What other focus do you have?
Please prove us
Show
wrong.
us wrong. Show us a person that is always in the club that amounted to much.
Bruh, the places in South Africa.
I was
There's altijd
stolen-
in the club.
was
Because they
stolen
partied
money.
afterwards. I'm talking about and guys, like I said, in your 20s, I'm talking about people mostly in the
Drug
20s.
dealers. Always in clubs,
If you
balling.
were focused in your 20s and in your 40s, you want to be out every night because you've made your money. I'm not talking about those people.
Okay.
I've said quite literally, focus on your niche, make your money, get focused and whatever. And if you want to enjoy those things later in life, enjoy them. Nobody's stopping you. I don't have anything against clubbing. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and I also don't have anything against alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay, because I do have a drink or 2. But if you have no limits and if your lifestyle is defined through
Partying.
drinking,
Yeah.
partying, mavutus,
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
not the fuck, you're not gonna get anywhere in life.
Yeah. Alfredo?
Prove me wrong.
Alfredo, and we all know somebody like this. Alfredo says, true, Maria. I had a classmate in high school that had a lot of potential. This guy used to get 90% on a bad day in almost every subject. But nowadays, he spends his day boozing and struggling to stay employed because he fell into the party hard life after high school. We all know somebody
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I know a lot of
We
them.
all know somebody like that.
I have to say, okay, yeah, we have a colleague that
Yeah.
have the same type of potential and who just completely fell off the wagon. Because of what?
Yeah.
Because of alcohol. Because of you can't maintain a disciplined lifestyle.
Yeah.
And you can see when you
Balancing it.
speak, if you speak to someone, you can see their level of intellect. And you can see this person, wow, you know what? If you stay focused,
Yeah.
you're going to get somewhere in life.
Yep.
But your level of drinking, you must go to this hangout places, the catch goede. Wednesday night is, but it shines no gesê, the word.
We are going.
Yeah.
We are leaving.
As we are going.
As we are going. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday session,
Yes.
and the mental health that you talk about.
Yep.
How do you compete with other people who are highly competitive.
Who are giving their all, who are dedicating
They're giving
their
their
time
all.
to
Yeah.
elevating their craft. How do you compete with those people?
Nee,
There's
man.
only competing.
Rovera says, in our days, drinking and partying was for weekends. Today's kids are out clubbing and drinking Sunday to Sunday. Party after party. Donners en hulle werk nie eens nie. Cicero.
The people that don't work are always the ones that are drunk. Like,
Mitch, it's the same thing that I say about side chicks. Okay? It's the same rule here.
I know successful side chicks.
Yeah, but I've always said, and this is just me, I've always maintained I'm having a relationship with Maria, and I have a relationship, my side chick is Linda. Okay? In my lifetime, I would never go beyond 2 partners. In my lifetime. Okay? And there was a method behind the madness. I always said to myself, if you have 4 or 5 girlfriends, God, please, how much time do you spend with yourself? If you define your ego through how much sex you can have with different partners during the week. If you and you know what? I'm just saying it that has worked for me. And I say worked.
Past tense.
Worked. Past tense. Okay? Don't get my shit twisted here, okay? Yeah, not more than 2. Maar that's manne wat 5 says. When do you have time for yourself? Please, Teshon, when do you have time for yourself?
Shalago says,
If you have 5 mavutus.
Shalago says, the yellow week boss, ons is functioning alcoholic. And I say it lightly. We are running away from problems. They just don't know.
As in therapy, bro.
Tayshawn said the biggest problem is people fall short to pure. They fall short to peer. I think they peer pressure.
Yeah.
Be strong, guys. Alcohol abuse is dangerous. Let your liver recover before damaging it again. Some effects last forever, and you will regret it as you get older.
Yeah.
And then Trini says, I do not subscribe to the narrative, though it might be true, but I think it's subjective to the confines of environmental setups. I have friends who are doctors, CAs, and the likes. It is very much subjective, really. Okay, I think those were some of the comments. Maria is asking Membushe. I think he was asking if you are catching.
Who's catching?
You.
Catching what?
There's jokes around. They say, why are you scratching your head, Mitch? Mitch, yeah, listen.
No, you guys are talking, so I'm just waiting for my turn.
Okay,
to say
so-
something.
Say something.
No. Okay, are we gonna continue with this topic?
Of
Because
course.
I had something to
Of
say about
course.
it, but
Mm.
and I.
Plus,
Okay. The first time when you were saying like really, you see your kid's life, and in the 20s, like people, we really struggle as teens because fine, and that's why I was talking about the shaping. Like I was raised, most of us were raised like to be a family man. Like, okay, Mitch, throw it as a goal. Getting married was like a goal thing, like get a woman, because we were like raised in church, get a woman, have kids in her, marry her, become a pastor or whatsoever, get a job, feed your family, take care of your
Traditional
family,
things.
traditionally, just like that. Now as a man, all you want to do in the 20s is get that woman.
So what happened to you?
Huh? Marry her always with her stuff.
No, I'm asking. You said you were raised to get married, but you're in your 30s and you're not married. So I'm
No,
asking.
I'm not
so
married.
what
Yeah.
happened?
And I'm explaining it's a,
No, that's
Okay.
what I
it's
asked.
a
yeah.
built up, Maria.
Okay.
It's a build
No,
up.
I'm listening. That's what I'm just asking.
Okay, so now you're 17-year-old, you have a kid probably, and then you start working already. You think that this girl that you have is the woman that you're gonna marry. Nope, it doesn't work out.
Nope.
The first thing you do is start drinking. You wanna forget about this lady or what? So it wasn't for us.
Can we
was
just
not
ask them?
find something? Huh?
Can we just? It is a conversation.
Yeah.
So why would you start drinking?
It's
Thank you.
Look, you're almost already in school. You're already like in school. You guys drink here like scalampis or what and what. And then when you're out of school, you know, real life hits you like.
So then you must drink.
No, it's not that you must.
I
A
think
lot
he's
of kids,
saying- I think
a lot
he's
of
trying to
kids
say
do
it's a
this.
coping mechanism.
Yeah, a lot of kids
Coping
do.
mechanism.
Let's just be honest, Neville. As much as we want to talk positive about things, come on, like find something that you can concentrate on. Find a lot of kids don't have that option. Like,
I understand.
Come on, find something.
I understand.
Yeah.
No,
That-
you're right.
Why
So,
don't they have the option?
what do you mean? Why don't they have the option?
I'm asking you. Say they don't have the option. I'm asking you
Oh,
because
okay.
you made the statement.
Why don't they?
have
Because
the
it's
option?
the way they were shaped. Like when they raised by their kids, like their moms. Like you, Maria, probably you'd go to ballet after school. Your father
I
would take you
didn't.
to ballet. I'm probably Maria. It's an example. It's
Okay.
an example, Maria. So this is a kid. The kids that I went to school with, his father would take him probably to College of the Art. I had to walk home. From home, ek gaan speel Alice of wat ook al. Daai ou word extra activities gegee, miskien soos hy gaan leer chess of hy gaan doen wat. Daai is goede wat dissipline nodig het soos chess en wat. Alice is ons stryd daar, slaan mekaar en wat. Daai is nie dissipline nodig daar nie. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I
Okay.
don't.
Okay.
Can I say why I don't understand? Because
I'm not going to finish the story.
No,
if
no,
you
no, no,
interrupt me every
I
time.
just wanted to say this.
Okay.
The reason I don't understand, it's a conversation.
Yeah,
Mitch.
because you
can't-
haven't lived that life.
No, Mitch,
Yeah.
listen to what I'm saying. The reason I don't necessarily understand is I think your narrative hinges on the fact that this discipline is listen to what I'm saying without rolling your
Okay.
eyes. Is something that is instilled in parents. But let me tell you something about discipline. It's something that you need to instill in yourself. A parent can try and I've had kids that have strict parents that have tried to get them to do and be a certain way. If you don't have self-discipline, it can't be imposed on you. So
Okay.
I think it's still you still have to
Maria,
determine that
you-
yourself.
Okay.
Can I just explain to you? Every time I'm trying to explain a thing and I'm trying to get to the point, you're
Okay.
already derailing my
All right, let's
narrative.
get to the point.
I was trying to say that it took me to have instilled discipline in me to
Self-discipline.
be the man that I am today and to have what I have today. It took me, not my parents or whatsoever. I'm just saying we need to be honest. Like Neville said, we don't have people that are drifted this certain path to be like, yo, find something or that has people that can talk to them always, like a mentor, like, hey, my guy, I see you have potential. Come to my boxing gym every day, or I'll come get you. Some of us don't just have, these kids don't have that type of stuff. So you struggle, and then women become important to you. If a woman, you guys break up, or you go to alcohol, you struggle with choosing your friends right. These kids that always say that stuff, they don't even see one kid in a day because they're living in big walls. They just play with their PlayStation inside. So that's it. So now I'm saying now it's a very difficult life for this kid and he has to compete with the other kids. So, so that's what I just wanted to put that point out.
Okay.
Like we don't have, not we, let me not say we, most of the kids don't have that option or that drive, or their parents are not even interested in putting them through the stuff that probably your parents put you through or my parents put me through. So we cannot just say there and say, oh, you must be focusing your 20s. And be like,
I think for myself, Mitch, I grew up in an era where my mother struggled just to put food on the table, and I know my mother loved me and still loves me unconditionally. But I come from an era where my mother, or Auntie Ricky, who is Frankie's mother, you can go and ask him. Frankie had to have self-discipline.
That's the point I'm making.
Where I remember we would go to athletics meetings.
That's the point I'm making.
Frankie se Zali is die daar nie. My ma is nie daar nie. Auntie Ricky werk met haar naaimachine. That's her job. My mother is a nurse. All these people did is, if you come home with your medal, Mommy, ek het eerste gekom. Oh, het jy eerste gekom. Mooi my kind. Ja. And then you just go and do it again. You just go and do it again. My mother came to my first bodybuilding contest when I won Mr. Namibia in 1993. When I was already, I've been competitive for years. And she came to my first bodybuilding contest when I became Mr. Namibia in 1993. It was the only and the first time that she had a chance to see that. Frankie se ma het net op TV gekyk hoe hardloop hy until he could accumulate enough money to take his mother probably with to wherever it is that he was, where he was competing. So self-discipline is the cornerstone of your success. You can decide who are your friends and what are you going to be doing from 8 to 5.
So can I make it clear now? That's basically
And
that's
you're
what
right.
I'm saying.
What
That's
are
what
you-
I'm saying. And what I'm saying is, have you ever had this friend, Neville, that you, like we said, full potential, wants to do this thing, but they just fall short to peer pressure easier than anyone
You're right.
else?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You know, we are different. Like some people will use drugs today, like cocaine, and tomorrow be like, that's it for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But if you use it once, you are gone.
Yeah, I think I
You
wanted
see-
to say that. I think it's. I don't like this narrative. Like, for example, when you say, "Oh yeah, you may be speaking from the place of privilege. Your mother could take you to ballet, whatever." My mother could have taken me to ballet, but if I don't have that self-discipline, I'll still amount to nothing. I know kids. I know kids that. I know kids that come from disadvantaged backgrounds that are something in society, as something in life, and why? The thing that distinguishes them from the next child is exactly what we're saying here: self-discipline, right? You're using Frank as an example. Frank has never even tasted alcohol in his mouth. He's never succumbed to it.
He's not
Everybody,
cut. Yeah.
everybody in his street was doing it. All his friends were doing it. Till
Gesê
today,
ek het hom gesê is net kak.
he's never done it. But that's something because he had that self. His mother isn't around all the time to keep an eye on him, right? Our mothers or our fathers are not there, so we need to have the determination to choose what we want, what we don't want. When we have a talent, if you're interested in crafts, you don't need to come from a rich family to be able to develop that. You can invest time in nurturing that craft. I know a kid that used to build cars, like wire cars. Today he's a mechanic. So I'm saying, like, a lot of it is self-determined. And don't use your, yes, it is easier if you have money. It is easier if you come from a privileged background. But I'm saying you're not doomed if you don't. So yeah, hou op drink julle van maandag tot maandag. Dis al wat ek
Robin Gitipo says the environment plays a huge role in most teenagers. Tangeni with the capital is Maria luister net as die man sê lang sokkies aantrek. Tyshon Roviera raak dronk, ek drink hierdie twee manne net.
Hulle praat altyd.
But Tishon actually doesn't. I don't know why Tishon gives off this impression that he's always drinking. Tishon doesn't drink much.
Who?
Tishon.
No, I know.
Hy raak
Yeah.
dronk
I know.
van een glas miskien.
Yeah.
He just doesn't drink much.
Yeah.
Devil, when you done it, probably like, can I read the story that at the post that I was?
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah.
Read the post.
Okay, so it's this post that I found on Facebook. It says, "I slept with 2 guys on the same day." Hi there, please post this for me. Like, got 2016. I was dating 2 guys. I slept with them on the same day. I became pregnant. My baby was born looking exactly like the first guy. His family came and paid the damages. He continued to support the child financially till he lost his job this year. So earlier this year, my son began to resemble the other guy. He no longer looks like the one I thought was the father. Does these things happen?
What?
But does it happen?
Is this true story?
Yeah, like it's they give in their stories and then the
Oh, is
neighbor
it like
what
Sis
helps-
Dolly?
Sis Dolly helps them, and so like it was just interesting for me the way she said the guy lost the job and the kid doesn't no longer looks like the
Julle nee. Eva se kinders, julle nee. Julle moet ook besluit where you want to be. So she was okay with the first guy.
yeah.
And then
he
the
had
first
job.
guy lost his job. And now the second guy, now the child suddenly looks
It's
like
like the second guy who has a job. But never, don't you remember the stories when the when the people would say, if you hate this person, like if Maria hates me now and she's pregnant, her kid will look like me.
okay,
Come on, you know those stories. Neville.
I know. Yeah, I've seen that many a times. Afstray. If you don't want the child, if you deny the child, yeah,
The kid looks
the
exactly
kid looks
like
just
you.
like it. Yeah,
But can science even disprove this? But because I checked out the thing of there can be twins and they can be of different fathers.
nonsense.
Seriously?
That's impossible. Huh?
Ja, dan kan twins wees en hulle kan different parents hê. Ek kan nie glo Google daai storie vir ons.
Tangeni with the capital says, I am Mitch. That is part of a Mzansi movie script. Yeah. I don't believe that is possible. Yeah. Roviera says, Mitch, dronk van een glas die. Ons sal jou dronk maak, laat jy ons 'n storie in Engels vertel. Tashon says, it's true, look at Roviera, coming out of wealthy family but still alcoholic.
Sorry, Ro.
En the violence, nee. Die violence begin nou al klein, is nog nie Vrydagie. Vrydag is mos holiday. Dan maak Rou weer sy lewer seer.
Yeah. No, I don't think, yeah. Esther Mitch also agrees. Those are myths, Mitch. Genetics don't lie. Yeah.
I'd say,
Dante says he loves your imagination. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Maybe just a little bit of news on an update on Fishrod. Nigel van Wyk, an application for bail by one of the men facing charges in the Fishrod fishing quota corruption. Nigel van Wyk will not be proceeding in Windhoek's High Court this year as initially scheduled. Judge Salyonga removed Van Wyk's bail application from the court roll yesterday after defense lawyer Jermaine Muchali informed her that engagements between Van Wyk's legal team and the state did not come to a fruitful ending. Yeah, I guess my braad besluit, you know what, I don't want to waste my time. I'm not going to go through the same grilling that these other guys were going through. Kom ek sit maar net in die chukkie, finish en klaar. We'll speak in January. Opo.
leave it in the hands of God.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what happened. I think the reason they came to court is they were challenging that he did not have his rights read to him.
Hamba.
Yeah. So that's what they were saying. I think you call it, I forgot what the word is. I think I said it the other day. But you know, when they basically arrest you, they have to read you your rights. Like you have the right to remain. Like we see it in the movies, right? Where they have, and you have to sign that document saying that you understood that, you know, everything you use will be used against you in the court of law and so forth. And it seems he didn't sign that statement. And so therefore it would have been an unlawful arrest.
Mm-hmm.
I think his lawyer was arguing on that or trying to negotiate with the state on that basis. Like if the arrest is not, if the arrest is illegal or is not valid, then he should be released. Obviously they came to a deadlock. So I don't know what the state produced, you know, or why the state didn't accept it, but clearly the negotiations were they didn't go far, and he's dropped out of his bail application.
He was arrested after allegedly removing documents and computer equipment from the house of former Justice Minister and Attorney General Saki Shangala, who is also one of the accused in the Fishrod case. The arrests took place about 2.5 weeks after Van Wyk had first been arrested for allegedly trying to prevent ACC investigators from entering a house at the Omaheke region farm of his employers. Okay, yeah, so he was arrested at the farm. I believe that was...
Initial arrest, yeah, because for obstruction.
Jelasali is kom nie. Jelasali en kom nie.
He was the farm manager or whatever, I don't know. They didn't want to let the guys in.
Didn't they also assault him?
Who?
Nigel. Was he not assaulted?
Van wie?
Van die police, like...
No,
Wat voor hom?
I've never read anything in that regard. Tangeni with the capital says, Neville, don't start those Q-based things. closing the show 10 minutes before. Gaan J, ek sal die show stop. There are 3 minutes left. Alfredo Ramapankan, Cubase always wanted to end the show 30 minutes earlier. You know why Cubase wanted to end the shit that I what the shit? The show. No, I wanted to say the show. You know why Cubase wanted to end the show 30 minutes before time, ne? Because you guys talk nonsense with each other. Yeah. During the stream, and there's nothing constructive that hey, daai rot al dit kwaad geraak.
Herbalife goed ook om post.
Yeah. Estomich says, instead of a new lady from outside, you have Oriel Alvarez. Maybe she can join the show. She already pops in now. And then we take note of your suggestion, Estomich. And it's really one thing that, you know what, and Maria, like we keep on saying, it's we're not going to be replacing you. We're just going to get something. We're just going to get somebody.
Technically, it's a replacement.
Somebody different. Yeah. Okay. But you guys out there, you know what? Give some ideas as who you would like to be on our show. We obviously have our own ideas here, but our ideas. Hey! Fuck! Finish the sentences. My English is done.
It's depleted.
Praat Maria.
Jy het super away gekom.
Ja, jy het super away gekom.
Super away is klaar.
Praat asseblief, Maria. You know what I want to say. Ja. Fuck.
De heren is geen man.
Twingra rakana panone boy.
I don't know what you wanted to say.
Jy weet wat ek wil sê. Don't
assuming-
act obtuse here. Nonsense.
I'm assuming he meant just give your suggestions of who you think will be a good fit. Is that what you wanted to say?
Ja, no, wat is jou
He has his own idea of who might fit, but he would like to hear your suggestions. Yeah.
Mitchell Mutumba says, I say open the industry, get a fresh face. Of course, that is what we are doing. Okay, Mitch. But again, you know what?
Mitch, not Mitch. I thought
Yeah,
Mitch was
Mitchell,
there.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, his family. I know him.
Oh.
Michael.
So let us know. We've been opening up, and I mean, as Cubase also left, I mean, we opened up the platform. We spoke to many people before. So, Uncle, never leave the Jameson alone. The English is gone. Hey, Kanje Mitchell. In fact, Mitchell, I got a bottle of Glenfiddich, 18 years, for my birthday on the 6th of September. A bottle of Jameson, Glenfiddich,
Yeah.
18 years.
They boys wat in die tronk is altyd gechase met Glenfiddich.
Nee.
Not Mike. Mike doesn't do those
Glenfiddich
stuff.
18 years and
18 years.
Is it what is I don't know them. I mean
18
what
years.
is that's a premium one.
Yeah, please, you whiskey guys. I'm also not very schooled in it. I don't know, Mitch. Maybe you can help us. Is it the older it is?
Yeah,
it's
the
more
older.
mature.
Yeah,
The
but
old-
what
And is it more expensive? The like the 18-year-old? I don't know what that bottle
what
costs.
is 18 the premium, or is there something else more premium than 18?
And what is premium?
As die reserve.
Hey,
Je moet die reserve
hy
kry.
jou amper gevloek, Shines.
As die reserve.
Shines lag vir my hierso.
Shines, you
Shines, come and explain.
What is
Ah,
the Glenfiddich?
Wesa, kom sit gou hier man.
As die reserve.
He doesn't drink. It's true.
I'm looking at you like the nutty professor
Only-
now, Eddie Murphy.
No, Shines doesn't drink.
He's lying. He's having a whiskey or
Guys,
two.
occasional drinking is not drinking. Yeah, Shines doesn't drink.
Okay, if you say so. Please explain to me, you guys, Teshon. The older, the better it tastes.
But what is the look? I'm asking is Glenfiddich is like what 18, and what is the other one? I don't know, 30, 32.
Do you get
That's
something
reserve,
older
maar
than
dat moet
18?
Premium wees.
Ai, kom ek Google. Hoekom moet hy so sukkel? Daar is mos asof hy nie Google is nie.
But I could sense the 18-year Glenfiddich that I got as a present from my friends seems to be,
Oof.
huh?
Glenfiddich whiskey, single malt Scotch whiskey. It comes from 12 to 50 years.
Yo,
What type of friends give you
So then you're
alcohol?
18, jy is nog start-up.
hou op man.
Ja.
Teshon, as jy ernstig, Glenfiddich 55 is cost close
I'm on
450,000.
I'm
Good
on
one.
glenfiddich.com. It says 12 to 50 year old. That's where their range is. Yo. As nie 'n
So
grap.
my braster, except Mike was
Oh.
chasing with this stuff.
So, Roviera says, guys, premium is any expensive drink. Wow. Okay. So if it's that probably goes as well for brandy, I guess. It's probably the same thing, yeah.
I know Richelli and Kliptraf.
Ja, dit is
That's
swak.
where I end. Me,
Chaser met Coke.
yeah, because that was the thing you drink. Like back in the days, that's the thing you drink. That's the thing you cover for. So now I can afford it. I can buy it. Those years,
Brandy
even the
and
Duras.
Coke. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for your contributions. It's a Tuesday. Do what you do out there. Stay disciplined, ne? And stand up, like Big Ben says. Africa,
No, we can't.
Penduka.
We can't fault them. They're on the stream every day. So I know you guys wake up early.
No, but they must wake up and do what they need to do.
Oh, yeah, that I agree.
That's what we say.
Yeah.
And as I said here, there are also some departments in my personal life that I also need to penduka upon or on. Okay, so let's continue to penduka out there, guys. Enjoy your day. Sharp, sharp. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.